Senator Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Jelinek, I want to go back to Lindsay's point about your business model in comparison to your competitor's business model. Again, you have an admirable business model providing good products at a very low price because you engage in high volume, low margin. But one of the reasons you're able to do that is you have a very low cost structure, correct? Do you have any idea, and again, you compete against people like Walmart, Sam's Club, but also you compete against little small mom and pop shop retailers as well. Do you have any idea of your cost advantage compared to a smaller retailer, maybe in a neighborhood it's a little more convenient for consumers to get to versus going to yours on your locations and strip malls? I mean, how much lower are your cost of sales versus a standard retailer that has a bunch of products just on the shelves?
Oh, it could probably be from anywhere to 0 to 20%, 25%. No question about that. So
you got lower costs. You probably have lower rent per square foot. Your bulk display is just a different way of shopping that, again,
absolutely
make that choice.
Those are the efficiencies that we build in.
So again, you can afford $15 an hour, but some of your smaller competitors can't. Wouldn't it be true if you raise the minimum wage up too high, you start putting those smaller competitors out of business? That'd be an advantage to Costco, wouldn't it?
We don't want to put anybody out of business because some of those small businesses buy from us.
I understand, but that would be
logical.
But again, I think that's the concern a lot of us have is that, the 1.4 million people get lose their job, the businesses that can't afford whatever government dictates in terms of wage being put out of business. In the end, that's going to benefit people like Amazon and yourself that, again, have high volume, low margin, can afford to pay more than a smaller retailer.
If anybody, the pie is only so big. If people go out of business, you're absolutely right. Someone has to get that business.
So again,
if you can just let me finish. I'm only trying to talk to you what's right for Costco.
No, I understand. So I'm trying to make the point that what's right for Costco is not necessarily right for smaller retailers that also have a value to consumers.
Absolutely. I can't answer about that's a decision that everybody else has to make. I don't make that decision.
But when the government comes in and mandates a cost structure, a wage, and puts a smaller competitor out of business, that's what concerns many of us. Let me ask you another question.
I can tell you my past experience that wages usually don't put people out of business. How you run your business will put you out of business.
Again, you've been working Costco. I've got experience in manufacturing. My experience in manufacturing, by the way, tells me that a $15 minimum wage is a moot point, because most manufacturers, quite honestly, most employers that I talk to in Wisconsin, their biggest problem is they can't hire workers almost at any wage, because one of the reasons is we're plussing up unemployment benefits, and at least half of people that are on unemployment are making more now than when they were actually on the job. But let me ask you that question. How many unfilled positions do you have at Costco right now?
Very few.
Because you're paying $15 an hour.
And above.
And again, that's what the marketplace actually does. But again, I have employers manufacturing in Wisconsin that can't hire people at $15 an hour. They can't hire people at $18 or $19 an hour. So that's also a huge problem. But again, Mr. Jelinek, I think Costco is a great store. It's the right place to shop for certain things. But again, I think those of us on this side of the aisle are certainly concerned about the smaller mom and pop shops that also provide products and services in a way that consumers value as well. We don't want to see them put out of business because of government mandated wage. But thank you.